Kovarnag Palace. Finally, Mundir found a location near Hira that was suitable for the construction of Prince Borum's palace. Mundir immediately began the search for an experienced architect by sending court officials to scour the world for the best talent to create a magnificent masterpiece. The court officials searched tirelessly for a skilled architect, but their efforts were in vain. The task was challenging as it required building a grand and magnificent structure that had never been seen or heard of before. The story continued until word arrived that an architect named Sindad in Rome was highly skilled in his craft. It was said that the stone in his hands was like soft wax, allowing him to shape it as he pleased. In Egypt and Syria, he constructed magnificent palaces for the kings of those lands, surpassing the knowledge and skill of Chinese, Indian, and Roman architects. Despite being an architect, his mastery in art exceeded that of thousands of painters. Sindad's expertise was incomparable to other architects, due to his knowledge of geometry and astronomy. He could design buildings that aligned with the calendar and celestial movements, allowing the seasons to be observed within the palace. His artistry was so exceptional that he could create an arch from mud that outshone the brilliance of the stars in the sky. Upon hearing of Sindad's talents, Newman decided to send a messenger to Rome with a generous financial offer, urging Sindad to use his skills to create a unique masterpiece in Hira. Finally, Sindad agreed to commence the construction of Kovarnag Palace, and henceforth, the building's progress was overseen by Sindad with meticulous planning and cooperation. A magnificent stone portico was erected on the land, along with a white and black kiosk that seemed to reach the heights of the moon. The palace was constructed in a way that it appeared as if the seven heavens orbited around it. Its roof resembled a mirror, reflecting the surrounding scenery. The palace was so extraordinary that it was akin to presenting a water spring to a parched individual. Throughout the day and night, it shimmered in shades of blue, white, and yellow, resembling a bride. When the sun was obscured by clouds, it took on a white hue. If the sky was tinted by the weather, the palace would mirror the same color. The palace consisted of 7 halls, each adorned in a different color: black, yellow, green, red, blue, sandal, and turquoise. When Numan saw the stunning beauty of the work, he was so happy that he ordered several camels loaded with gold, silver, and musk to give to Sindad as a gift to thank him. Sinbad, who did not believe in the generosity of Numan, said, "If I had known that the Arab king was so generous, I would have built a more magnificent, splendid, and eye-catching palace. Just as each day seems better than the day before." Numan said to Sinbad, "If I pay you more, would you be able to build a better and more beautiful palace?" Sinbad replied, "I will build a structure that instead of these 3 colors, that palace will have 100 colors. Although this palace is made of stone, that palace will be made of ruby, and instead of this 1 dome, it will have 7 domes like the 7 heavens." When Numan heard these words, he thought about whether the master architect could construct a palace taller and more magnificent than his own out of dirt. The idea that his name and reputation might be overshadowed by another king's palace filled him with jealousy towards Sindad. This jealousy is a common trait among kings, who seek to outshine one another. Kings are like sources of light and warmth, akin to fire. It is wise to appreciate their brilliance and warmth from a distance, as getting too close may result in getting burned. Just as a grapevine produces sweet fruit, but can wither the plants it wraps around, Numan decided to take drastic action to ensure his palace remained unrivaled. He suggested to Sindad that they go to the roof of the palace to get a better view. However, once they reached the roof, Numan callously threw Sindad off, fearing that his palace's uniqueness would be threatened. Sindad would never have built the palace so high if he had known he would be thrown from the roof. It's a pity for him. It is a reminder that one should be cautious when elevating themselves to a high position, as a fall from such heights can be devastating. Although the construction of the magnificent palace of Kovarnag had an inauspicious start for Sindad, the end result was truly unique. Everyone who saw it admired its builder, and it didn't take long for many people to come and visit the palace. A blue stream of water flowed from every gate into the palace, and the brilliance of its spring was like a pearl illuminating the world. Stepping into the palace felt like entering the Garden of Eden, with the invigorating fragrance of the Chinese spring permeating in the air. Borum's presence in the mansion further elevated the garden's fame, making it as prestigious as Iram's garden. When Borum went up to the roof of that palace, he saw a pavilion that seemed to have a sun inside it and a moon shining around it, and the sun was displaying its radiance from within it, while the moon was a guiding light from outside, and a gentle breeze was always playing on top of it, soothing the soul, while the harsh autumn wind was far away. When Borum looked around the four corners of the palace, he saw a courtyard that was as vast as paradise, and on one side, the Euphrates River-like water of life was flowing in it. In one corner, there was a village with storerooms full of various foods, milk, honey, and oil, and in front of it, a poultry yard, and behind it, a meadow with the scent of musk lingering in the air. No man was admiring the beauty from the rooftop next to Borum. The royal portico, adorned with red tulips and green fields, created a picturesque landscape. Pigeons were pecking at seeds nearby, adding to the charm of the scene. No man, captivated by the beauty around him, exclaimed, "What could be more beautiful and fulfilling than this in life?" Standing beside him was his Christian and devout minister. In response to Newman's question, the minister replied, "Knowing God is the ultimate beauty, surpassing all the splendor of your provinces." He continued, "Once you have the knowledge of God, no palace or kingdom will hold the same allure for you." The minister's words struck a chord with no man, melting his hardened heart like a furnace. His words pierced Newman's soul like a fiery catapult breaking through a fortress. No man pondered the compatibility of being a ruler and being devout, realizing the challenge of balancing both roles. With a roar akin to a lion, he fled to the desert, abandoning his power and riches, renouncing his kingdom. It was reminiscent of Prophet Solomon relinquishing his glory to walk the path of worship and enlightenment.